Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Anna Jansi and today in ArtWithMore I'm going to show you how to make some notepads with this puzzle covers. This is going to be like our template, but I'm going to show you how to make your own notepad, and this will be wonderful craft activity for your kids, for you. So let's get started. Let's talk about the materials that you need for this type of project. Like for example, this was a book that I found in Dollar Tree, and I don't have small kids, but I thought it was great because I knew that I wanted to make like a notepad puzzle cover or something like that. So this is like that, and it was a book that you just, open like this. And so we are going to work with one of that as a template. The other thing that you need, of course, is any cardstock. For example, I have this smooth cardstock. I don't know the thickness of it, but it's kind of, it could be perfect for a cover. If you don't have this type, I bet you have something like this in your house. And actually, if you have a folder, anything that is kind of thick, a little bit thick, so it could be like the cover of your notepad. Okay, so for this tutorial, I'm going to use one of these pages, and the other thing that we are going to need, of course, our template, but the other things that we are going to need is something like this. I think this is called metal brads. These are the ones that you put and you open like this. Let's see if the camera focus. I don't know if it's going to focus on. There you go. So you open like this. However, if you don't have this, you can play, or maybe you can have something like this. This is a little bit bigger, but it's okay. This could work as well. And I have some of these. They're small. And anything, let me see, camera focus, there you go. So anything that could, hold your paper, it will be great. So you don't have to have this for your project in case you want to do a notepad. And I bet you can do it with thread too. Maybe we want to do one with thread. Sir, pencil. You will have, if you want to use a more more refined scissor for corners and stuff, because this one has some corners here, but again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, this is just for having fun, and art is whatever you make is beautiful. So let's get started. The first thing that you want to do is your cover and your back. Okay, so we are going to trace, and again, you can use any type of cardstock color one if you want, but for this tutorial I'm going to use this one that is a neutral color. And actually I'm not going to use this part. You see this part here? I'm not going to trace that part, so it's going to be, this is going to be my template for the notebook. So what I do is that I put my template really like in the edge of the paper, and I start tracing it. So I have like a flat, how you call it, like a flat corner, like here. So it's easier. By the way, if you don't want to, actually we can do one with this one, so you have that, but I thought it was easier just to make this two as puzzle or corners. So again, see how pretty it is? Let's do one with the whole thing and see how it goes. So let's trace one that is kind of, this one is not cut right, but it's okay. So how are you today? You're good? Today here in Kennesaw, Georgia is so hot. I mean, I don't know where you are right now. Tell us how many degrees you are, but now we're like 100 something. It's so hot. Okay, so here we have a complete one, and here we have like without this part. And actually, we can do the whole thing. If you want it a little bit bigger, like a square one, you can trace like that, and you can avoid this part. You know what I mean? Like you can trace here and you can avoid this. I don't know if you can see me. Let's see. See what I'm doing? So what I'm saying is that if you don't want this hole here, you can just, trace here and cut this like this. And this is just a different size of it. Okay, so I thought, well, if I was doing just one, I thought I could use the same paper maybe here. I like to use as much paper as I can because, I don't like to waste paper. So yeah, I was saying that here in Kennesaw, Georgia, is so hot, and in the mornings it's so humid. It's just like, wow. All right, so I'm gonna need another cardstock for the other size of this one, okay? Because as I mentioned, I decided to do two, so let's do that. I'm gonna do that off camera. Okay, so now we have everything traced. We have the front and the back of one of it. And what happened here? Oh, I forgot one part. And we have the front and back of this one. Let me see what happened here. Let me see what happened. Oh, I forgot the little circle because I wanted to put it so close to the paper so I don't. Let's see what happened. Like here, okay. I didn't want to have any, like use a lot of paper. So I forgot to trace this little part here. Again, if you don't want to do it, you decide what kind of design you want, okay? That's the beauty of this. Okay, so now I have it. See, I forgot this little part here. All right, so now what we're gonna do is that we're gonna trace on our white paper, and you decide how thick you want it, okay? So maybe I'm gonna do for this tutorial very quick. I'm gonna do maybe 6 pages. But you can make it as thick or as thin as you want, okay? So it's basically the same thing. You put your piece where you want it, and then you trace. And this is such a fun project. I bet to back to school for teachers, this could be a good idea. And there you have it. Okay. So off camera, I'm going to do the other ones, and then we just have to cut, and we start the process. Well, we continue the process. So just in case if you're wondering, when I have the white papers, it's very easy because you just have to trace a bunch of paper and then you cut. So what I do is that I try to cut as much paper together as I can, and I just clip it so the paper doesn't move. And you can clip it, with this huge things, or you can clip it with, let me see if I have some little ones here, like this one. And actually I have some little one here. I organized my studio recently, and everything is so organized that sometimes I cannot find things. I just have to get used to it. Okay, so maybe this one is too big, so we can just use this one. And why I use this is for the papers. Oh, the light. Let me see if I have to turn on the light. Let's see. Let me turn on the light. Maybe you can see better there. Let me turn on the light. Okay. So what I was saying is that I clip the paper just for security so it doesn't move. And again, if you want to do it one by one, it's fine. I mean, but I don't want to. If I can do a project that is fast and fast and easy and beautiful at the end, I make it happen. So yeah, so now what we're gonna do is that we're gonna cut. Again, you can cut it with a big scissor if you want. And then when you're in this area here, you can just cut it with a little one. I'm gonna time lapse it for this, but if you don't want to see the cut part, you just can forward and see the rest of what we're gonna do. Okay, so here we have our pieces cut. We have the white paper, we have our front and our back, and we have the other design that we did the whole puzzle. We have the front and the back. So of course this one is super thin because I just chose, 6 paper just for the sake of this video. So now we're going to make the hole. So I wanted to mention that I make the holes with this, but if you don't with this puncher, if you don't have a puncher, you can use something like this. This you can find in Dollar Tree, and actually you can just make the hole, and we're gonna do one with that. So you don't need any fancy tools to make this project. So as you see, we have the clip here. So what I do is that I just put the cover, I put the back part on it, and of course it's not going to be perfect. If you want it perfect, you can just cut this part here. Let's see how it looks. So I position my paper and I put a clip so it doesn't move. If this bothers you, you can cut it, okay? But remember that this is going to slide because we're going to open the hole here. So just for visual purposes, I'm going to cut the excess here for those that are super perfect in their crafting. But I will leave it. I mean, it doesn't bother me. Okay, so now you decide where you're going to open the hole, because remember that, for example, let me show you very quick. If we open the hole here, this is going to open like this, okay? So, or you can open like this too here. The only thing is that you open like this. If you use a lot of the little notepad, maybe it's going to, if your cardboard is not that thick, maybe it's going to rip. So I am going to do it at the side, okay? So what I do, because normally you will have thicker paper, I take my cover and my front and my back, and I open the hole where I want it. Okay, that is perfectly fine. And then what I do is that I position, because normally what happens is that you have a lot of paper. You position and then you try to see where the hole is, and you just, open your little hole. So now that you have that hole, you put your back, you take your metal bead. If you don't have one, we're gonna talk about that. This one is too big. So I do have some small ones that I'm gonna show you, but again, you don't need that. You don't need fussy stuff for projects, but this you can find in Amazon, you can find it actually you can find it in Temu. So it's not that expensive at all. You put it in, you open it, and there you have your notepad. Look at that cute. It's as simple as that. I mean, this is the basic. This is very, very fun, very easy to make, and of course, then you can do whatever. And if you want to open it in the right side, maybe this one, because I did a lefty. I don't know why, but I did a lefty. So this one we're gonna do in the right side, so it opens like this. So again, you put your front and your back, and then what you do is that you position. Because it's not too thick, I'm gonna open let's open it with this one. So you see that you don't need any fancy tools to it, okay? So this is pretty sharp. So see, it goes all the way through. Very easy. You grab another one. This one, let's put it, I don't know, gold, or maybe this one. So yeah, this one I bought it in, I think it was in Amazon. It was not that expensive. So, and there you have it. Open it like this. So you have both sides open. Isn't it cute? So this is the basic. This is what it is. I mentioned that if you don't have this metal beads, you can use something like this. It will be another concept because the papers will just slide in, but I'm going to show you very quick how this can work. just in case, you know, maybe in school you have the plastic one. Actually, I have some that are plastic, they're colorful. They're so pretty, but I don't know now, again, because I reorganize and rearrange my studio, and now like I'm a little lost. Did that happen to you, that you get lost when you rearrange everything and you're so organized that, okay, so you just, you know, put your, and if you need to put the, need to make the hole a little bit bigger, you just do it. So here is the same concept, see? And actually you just do this, see? So maybe this one will be perfect for a thicker notepad, and actually one that doesn't have this. So maybe a rectangular one that you want to do, but this is an option as well. So you don't need, again, any, you know, fancy tools or anything that you have in the house. It can work. And now is the decorative part. You can ink, you can put sticker, you can paint, you can do whatever you want with these beauties. So this was a very easy and fun step-by-step tutorial. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you like it. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. Let me know what you think. And I'm going to try to do videos like this a little bit shorter and easier so you guys can just, you know, share it with your friends, family. And again, if you're a teacher, you can use that with your kids. And see you in the next video. And remember, you, yes, you, be happy. Be happy. Do whatever it is that make you happy. See you in the next video. Big kiss. Mwah, and see you soon. Bye.